Daddy Shannon and Daddy Jenna are here for Gilf Nation. Woo! Let's go!
Oh, wow. Gilf Nation is alive and well. It's thriving. We're here. We are queer somehow.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
still Gilf Nation.
Gilf Nation. It's just like lesbians for Charles, lesbians
Um,
for Good Gary.
Good Gary. But also there were lesbians in this fucking episode. Multiples.
I could not in my wildest dreams. I was like, oh,
Dude,
oh my God.
your Jay Anon is just deeply alive and well in the fact that the show is trying to prime us. The show is trying to get us, like, it's trying to just season these little old people.
It's the perfect
This,
way.
the old people watching this
Are okay
saw
with the gay.
three lesbians on their TV
Hmm.
supporting their men and the men cheering for their children and crying. It's iconic.
It
It's
was
iconic.
iconic. It
It's
was
iconic.
it was like executed perfectly, and I was
It
like, oh
was
my God, this is for me. I know it.
no, like, well, because I saw you tag me in your story with the third lesbian, and you were like, there are lesbians. And I was like, I see one lesbian. Hell yes, lesbians. Like, and then I was watching, my live reaction was that I saw the two lesbians, and then back to back saw that lesbian that you posted about. And I was literally screaming because it made that reveal even more fun too, being like, three in a row.
She's like, hi, I'm Sage, and then hi, I'm her girlfriend.
Like, loud,
I was like,
loud, loud, loud and proud.
oh,
It
so
was
good.
amazing.
It was
It was
amazing.
iconic. It
Yeah.
was perfect.
Perfect.
Anyway,
Well, folks, here we are. We're here to talk about the premiere episode of Joan and her Golden Bachelorette. And I really like. As I was like premiering, I was like, I just said to Connie, I'm like, I really can't believe we're actually here. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but like, I can't believe we're actually watching a bunch of old men and like how. Yes, okay, we're gonna say like this episode was pretty great, and most of the men were so endearing. But we know, I mean, obviously we are not fucking stupid. Half of these men are gonna be trash. Okay, we already have no one confirmed trash member named Gil on site.
like,
Anyway,
on site.
but I'm just like, but it's like I remember us all thinking like, I remember like, oh my God, when we found out we were gonna get the Golden Bachelor years ago, I was like, I cannot wait to cancel a 69-year-old man.
Yes.
It's
And not only, fuck, not only did we get to cancel Gary,
no, we already did it, bitch. Yeah, exactly right.
but we get to cancel more.
Oh, it's my life force.
Oh my God. And like, look, and it's really easy to cancel men in their 60s. Fuck.
They don't know. They can't. They don't even know. Like I could tag them, and they would be like, "I don't know what's happening.
Who's this bitch with the mullet?
I don't understand." Oh, is that guy's gay daughter, or I don't know. Like we just like confuse me with another butch, and I'm just like,
God. Oh my God. I'm literally primed for tears because I cried during watching
mhm,
the fucking Golden
mhm,
Bachelorette.
mhm.
So now I'm crying so easy when I laugh. So I am just, wow.
Oh, that's
This is
great.
about to
Yeah,
be fun because,
yeah.
I mean, because not only, God, I was ready. Like before I learned the fucking Gil shit, I was so ready to just make a funny joke about being like, well, from one shitty young man to like probably some shitty old men, but now it's like from one to one. It's like 30 years separates them and they are doing the same dumb shit. When are we gonna be free?
Never, absolutely. And the fucking show thought they could get away from it, and
They
all
thought.
the media is like they are not taking their boots off their It's so fucking funny.
Like, like,
Oh, you thought you could premiere a new season of your television show? No, no, no,
you
no.
thought you could have fun. You thought you could throw Joan right at the end of that tragic aspect after the final rose and just put her up there and be like, woohoo, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, another one.
And the last 2 weeks have been fucking a disaster.
Bro,
Every
like,
day.
they couldn't, they couldn't even make Devin shut the fuck up.
I'm like, I thought you guys had guns. Put
I
one next to his head and tell him to shut up.
I thought they had lawyers. I thought they had hitmen. Like,
God,
what's going on
can't
with
get it.
Devin? And
We'll
I'm
get into
glad
it.
that.
We'll tease it. We'll talk about Devin at the end, so you guys have to get
Okay.
through our Gilf Nation talk. But,
Oh my God, yeah.
but yeah.
Not Gilf Nation. Gilf. Oh my
No,
God.
Gil gets the guillotine.
No. Fuck. Literally.
Oh my God. Okay.
Done.
We're too fun. Okay. Anyway, people who love these episodes are really having a good time right now.
I just need people to know that I have maybe partaken in a lot more medicine. So I am vibing all of the ways. And I'm drinking this like hard kombucha.
Oh God.
It's kind of a vibe though. Flying Embers not sponsored.
Okay.
It's kind of delicious. It does not taste like kombucha, which is my requirement for kombucha.
Yeah, you need to like. I'm not
Yeah.
drinking a mushroom
It-
that was boiled
Like
under a staircase.
exactly. Exactly. So anyway,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just
we did cry a bunch. I think Joan
Oh.
right away was like, I don't think you guys knew that my husband died because I didn't. I didn't remember shit about her.
I think that I think that this is the thing with a lot of the like and this might be the case with always the leads transitioning from one season to another, but like I think she definitely said on the season that her husband died because Gary's wife died and there was like a bunch of women on there who were widowers, widows. But on this season, I think that yeah, it's like that fucking she got to explain how her husband died,
Yeah.
which was just deeply sad
It
because
got so sad.
like bruh, I straight up shed tears and it was so funny because I recorded such a funny story, but then it glitched and fucked up, so
Oh.
it didn't happen, but I
You
literally
experienced the glitch too. I have never talked about this. There are so many times I will kill whoever made Instagram.
no, straight up. Like they want to be the video app that and not TikTok, and that their fucking videos glitch all the time.
Yeah, like,
Or
I
their
just
captions
literally-
glitch, which
yeah,
pisses
oh,
me off. Like, anyway.
okay. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, her husband died tragically from some cancer.
Yeah. Pancreatic.
Pancreatic. That's
But yeah, it was
Ben
so sad
picked that
because she
a
was just like, yeah, I like literally wasn't there for him when he fucking had his last breath, and I was like, no.
Gutting.
And then I have to go tell my
Gutting.
son who lives with us right now. No, it was not okay. But
Horrifying.
she has persevered, and don't worry, she has a familiar. So what is with these people and their dead family
Dude.
members coming back as animals? We got Kelsey and her butterfly. The dad said a different animal. I can't remember which one. Maybe it was a butterfly, or it was like a dragonfly or something. He was like, "Oh, I see dragonflies."
Oh.
And then fucking Joan is a hawk.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like it's a common experience with people who die. They like associate something heavily, like, oh, I hear that song, we're out in public all the time now, or like, I don't know, they like, because it's just a natural part of grief to, want to like latch. But yeah, it is pretty wild that not only do have like so directly, like Kelsey was literally on this episode and like they could have just, God, man, I was waiting for a butterfly. I really was. But yeah, I mean, her hawk thing was cool, and it was cool that they obviously saw a hawk.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
mean,
was
but Jane
maybe
on.
not prompted, maybe someone released a hawk from
No, exactly. Yeah, Jane on did. They
a
released the hawk,
producer
or
out
they.
there like a dove, but it's a just fucking hawk. Like,
Or they were just
oh,
filming that scene in general at the graveyard, and then she saw a hawk, and she's just like a cool lady. So she's like, "Hey, did you see that cool hawk?" And then they're
and
like,
they're
"They
like,
need you to come up with a story about how John is a hawk."
"Do you think your dead husband reminds you of a hawk? We just saw one. We're looking at his grave. We're filming. It's a moment. We're having a moment, right?" Yeah, no, but either way, cute and still tragic.
Still
But
tragic.
the fact that yeah, we were at the grave. Did we were we at Gary's wife's grave? Did that
So,
happen? Like
because he didn't
that
give a
was
shit
just
about his wife anymore. I feel
no.
like we're such Gary haters here.
Fuck.
Oh
Oh my
god.
God. Well, look,
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
he was broke, so
Yeah, bitch, stupid ass. Yeah, that's what
anyway.
you get. Yeah, but it was cute, and but to your point about like we had a lot of widows last season. What I think I also was really anticipating for this Golden Bachelorette season was I knew that I would have a hard time anytime a man mentions that he's divorced because I'm like, unless you specifically tell me that it was the woman's fault, I am going to assume that it is your fault. And maybe that's misanderous of me, but like, welcome to the podcast.
No, I am 100% in that boat with you. Like we are together because I was okay, one of the guys specifically, fuck, I can't remember his name. The one of the black bald guys,
Yeah,
the tall
tall one. Yeah.
bald guy. He goes, my wife and I are divorced. She blindsided me with the divorce. And my immediate thought, I was like,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. No, no,
what
no.
what were you doing?
What were you doing? Or not doing? Because sometimes it's,
Or right.
yeah, like weaponized incompetence, or you don't know, you've never
Mhm.
made her orgasm. Like, I don't
Mm.
know, but like,
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I think I said something on my stories where I was like, when you are, if you're like an empathetic, attentive partner, you would know if a divorce was coming.
mhm.
So if you're not paying attention and you're not listening or you're not doing what your wife might be saying because you think she's nagging you or some shit like that, then you were not blindsided. I just, I, anyway, I have a hard, I need him to go into that. Like if he, I need him to be like, she disappeared for 7 days.
Right.
She showed back up, or no, a lawyer served me papers. I hadn't seen her since then. Like it needs to be full drama. Like Keith,
Yeah.
when he was like, I'm a single dad, and his wife was seemingly an addict. He said addiction in the family. He didn't fully say she was an addict, but it was like, she's not been in my kid's life. Like a
Mhm.
single, like the
I had
sole
to
parent, he
provide
said. That's what it is.
stability.
Sole
Yeah,
parent, not just single
exactly.
parent.
Yeah, and that's all I need to know. Like, you don't even have to say anymore. Now I can just now I can like this man in peace. And
Exactly.
all of the other ones, I'm like, you're on my watch list until you tell me that your wife cheated. Because sure, women
Exactly.
can be the problem. In fact, you and
Totally.
I are problems. But
And women of that age can also be a problem. Trust me,
yeah,
I have a mother of a woman that age,
she's
and
a
she
fucking
is the
bitch.
problem,
Yeah,
okay, in her relationships for sure.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that I feel like this demographic, I'm so closely, it's like I'm too closely to understand because my mom has dated so many men like this, just of the variety of types of this.
Mm,
And it's just so interesting to see them all on display.
mhm.
Gilfs, Gilf Nation.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh God,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was wild, and I'm excited to see what that journey brings us. I mean, if
Yeah.
any of these old men are listening right now, just know that it's not you. It's just how we've been conditioned in this franchise to, and it's getting worse every season. I can't trust anyone
Mhm.
until you
Literally.
prove it to me.
Okay, to your your gay daughters that are listening to this for sure. Look, send us the receipts and tell us your I mean, I actually know if you're
Yes,
an
those
open
ones.
supporting, yeah, on lock.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, Jordan, my heart. He has it. He was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He also had he was from like Chicago. He had the voice of like every man I went to college with. He had a young voice still, if that makes sense. Like some of, he hasn't quite hit
Mm-hmm.
the like old man voice yet, where a lot of them have, which is fine, all good. Joan definitely has grandma voice,
Mm-hmm.
no doubt. Like she
Mm-hmm.
like love that, you know. But there's just a point I feel like where the voice shifts, and he still sounds like a man in his 30s,
I love it.
straight up. And I was like, hell yeah. And he's so cute, and he has the gay daughter. So I'm like, yes,
Let's go.
you're mine,
Yeah,
supporting you.
we love you.
And I'm trying to remember who the other one was who had the gay daughter.
It was like the tall, kind of like he looks
Fuck,
like a
was it
teacher.
Hawk?
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
Wait, move out of your background and
Yeah.
point.
That no. Which
Okay, again, advertisement for the YouTube.
one? Oh, the guy in the brown suit right there,
Day
next
card
to my
pod.
shoulder, with his legs crossed.
Wait, ah,
He had the one gay
you
daughter,
mean
the
the
last
Bill Nye the
one.
Science guy?
Yeah, Bill. Exactly. He was a science teacher. Yeah, that's vibes. Yeah.
He reminds me so much. Wait, no, that guy I would think was the videographer. That guy came
Mm.
with
Oh, you're
the big
right.
videotape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But either way, he looks like Bill Nye
Oh
the
yeah, no,
Science
yeah,
Guy
he
to me.
looks like. I'm
Yeah,
not sorry. Yeah, I was just like giving teacher
yeah.
vibes. Yeah, and he had the second gay kid, and I think he also maybe almost died in an electrical like
Duh.
thing
Oh, he was almost struck by. He was struck by lightning.
and died.
He was dead for 12 minutes, he said.
Wow, I love
That's
it.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I
Like,
was a fan of him.
and he and that was the first thing we learned about him. So I was like really hoping that I'm like I was glad he got a rose, spoiler LOL, to the end of the episode, I guess, when we talk about who get roses. But I actually don't know
I didn't
the
write shit
names.
down. Y'all. Yeah, this is
We are
loosey
just
goosey as
purely on
hell.
vibes. I just watched the episode, so at least I'm fresh there. But yeah, this is pure vibes, not nonsensical. But that guy that got struck by lightning gets a rose. So I was glad for that because I was afraid they were just going to use that one story as a like, whoa moment in that montage and not give him a moment. And now we get to have a moment with him. So I'm excited because he seems nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who else stood out to you? I mean, of course.
Oh,
Yeah. Who else stood?
Gary.
Yes, good Gary
Gary. Gary.
has my
I
heart.
I the first thing I said about him was that I want to get drunk at a wedding with him. I want to like be in a party, a sanctioned party of any type. He seems like vibes. And the guy that cuz again, at a wedding, mixed crowd, you don't necessarily see him at all times, but he seems so sweet throughout the whole episode. I was like, ah, like every time it got more like I just got more in love with him. He's
Yeah.
so sweet.
I think he's gonna be our Susan of the season.
Yes, he was
Uh,
very much giving like I'm gonna be the ITM narrator. Like
yes.
we are gonna be making funny jokes. We're gonna be narrating the situation. His voice, like he should have a radio show. He should have podcast. Okay,
I need one of them to have a
who
no.
him and Charles L. Ling
Yes,
podcast
Charles.
podcast.
And they call it Gilf Nation. You guys can have
Oh
it.
my God, literally take it. Take it. But yeah, Charles also was
Mm.
a sweet angel. I heavily related to him looking around the kitchen of Bachelor Nation. Heavily.
And he was like, I was
Honestly,
so impressed. He's like, oh my God.
the fridge is so big, empty also, question mark. And then he opened the freezer and there was like, there's so much meat.
He's like, this is real. He turns on the fucking burner.
That's
He's like, it
crazy.
actually turns. So dad. So dad. He's just like,
So dad. And he
I
opened
need
the lid to
way.
the lake say.
Exactly.
Ugh.
I need like 10 more minutes of montage, and maybe we'll get bloopies at the end of the season of them all just kind of like checking for studs, like making sure the fucking walls are good. Oh, these stairs are a little rickety. Let me go ahead and I'll get
Oh,
don't
wait,
worry about it.
wait. Wait, this is how Bachelor Nation can, I mean, not Bachelor Nation, Bachelor Mansion can finally get the renovation that it needs so desperately. Like that, it needs a bunch of dads in there fixing up the place because it seems like it's rickety. Okay. Like, get them in there, get them in the circuits, get them fixing the plumbing, fix the paint chips on the wall from all the bunk
No,
beds.
exactly. And the like 10 layers of
That's
paint that
actually
are on
so
there.
real.
Yeah, it's so good. And yeah, I love Charles. Charles had an old person joke. He says, uh I'm not Charles not in charge. Joan's in charge. And so it's like a Charles in charge. I don't know what that means,
Hmm.
but I know it's something.
It's like, isn't it like an old movie?
I
I'm
think
gonna
it
Google it.
probably
I'm gonna Google
is.
it.
Yeah. And I just was like, man, the Gen Z are quaking. They don't know.
The, the,
All the Gen Z that are watching, clearly, JK, it got unfortunately the lowest ratings of kind of anything in a
yeah,
long
I
time,
mean, Gen Z is
unfortunately.
pissed at The
I
Bachelor
know they are like
for reasons, okay? Yes, Charles in Charge was was a sitcom and that started in 1984 and stars, wait, it stars this guy, Scott Baio. Oh, who I think is a Trumper.
that tracks incredibly. Yes.
I might be
Yes.
mistaken, so
Oh,
don't
I bet
take
you're
my one hundo p word for it. But I feel like back
allegedly.
in 2016, whenever a couple of celebrities were still trying to like
Yes.
come out and like maybe Trump, like I'll endorse Trump, and it was like bad every time. And it was always really random people, and I think he might have been one of them. But
Yeah.
that seems to be the only name that I fully recognize on the cast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
So
it's
that's that.
great.
But that was still a good joke.
Mhm.
Loved that. And it was for sure, I'm sure in the they I think she got it.
No, and she did, and I do imagine the old people who were watching were just like, "Fuck
Oh god.
yeah!"
They were loving, well, okay. They were loving a lot of the music. Like Take Me Home by Phil Collins, which love. I, for one, felt way too seen by this episode because I was like, why am I loving this music? Why am I loving all of their hobbies that they talk about? Like gardening
The
and
girl
they're
took pictures of
cooking.
his garden.
He's cooking in the kitchen and the fucking garden book. The garden book was like I it was a binder. Like I was like he brought this like a lot of the stuff is so goofy and so often done by producers, but all of these men, the guy with the baby outfit was from Chicago. That was unless a producer planned far ahead. They're in
Mhm.
fucking LA. Where are they getting that shit? Like you got unless you're planning far ahead. Because it was a Chicago
No,
specific. It wasn't like a sports team thing where
yeah,
you could maybe buy it
yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah. No, and it was
And
ugly as
so
fuck, so it definitely came from Chicago.
straight up, and a man definitely picked it out.
Yeah,
So,
it's like, oh, this will be great.
um,
And I was like, it's not even gonna fit, Joan.
n-
I know it's for the kid. But the way he was like, I got this for you. I was like, bitch, she's a little, at least a size small. Okay.
literally.
So yeah.
But but the cooking in the kitchen again at late night,
God, that was so
me coded. I was like, fuck. Every time I'm just watching, I'm like, this is so me. This is so me. What the fuck? Because his food sounded delicious, looked rough on the
yeah,
plate,
yeah.
but it sounded delicious, and I know he's as is a chef. So, but Jack, who I'm glad got the final rose because he was the guy who was the drunk uncle of the party,
Hmm.
where he was the one who was like the Frenchman.
I was like, and he's wearing the salmon jacket, and I'm like, okay,
Yes.
are you a villain or are you a front runner?
The salmon
And
jacket
yeah,
will never, it will always move through. Like you will always push through on a rose ceremony wearing that jacket. You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah.
But if you don't wear that jacket, you're in danger.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, and like I was kind of touch and go on him. I was like, is he gonna? So I my theory is he's gonna be like the Kathy, who was
Yeah.
in a sense the villain essentially, but obviously came out not the villain, and everyone was like, wait, no, we fucking love Kathy. She's great. And so I see Jack playing into that role. He's gonna
Yeah.
cause a scene. He's gonna be the vehicle in which the drama happens because he was showing a lot of jealousy.
And
Like,
he's
I don't like
got
how this
that
guy's doing this.
he's got that Chicago
Yeah.
thing about him, which is funny because that French guy is also from Chicago, so which that's also why I think he was having a like weird moment. He's like a French guy who lives in Chicago. Like I can't just be like, "Hey, the Cubs, right?" to this guy like the hair stylist.
Yeah, oh my god, not the fucking. I love it. Okay, he was so funny to me. Also, yeah, he got first limo, which was like, I was like, what?
I
Okay.
When he opened his mouth and it was a French accent, I was like, "What?"
I was
Like I feel like I listened to multiple pre-show podcasts about this, about the men because I wanted to have them sorted because I knew otherwise they would all just they would be the same man to me. Um and no one said no one mentioned France.
well, yeah, because it's
No.
like he's from Chicago, I guess.
But he's from France.
Exactly.
Like he said he's from from France
Yeah.
to Joan and Joan I mean, I almost wonder if and this is because I know my mom's demographic. Joan is my mother's age. Exactly. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Joan
Traumatized.
is a
I was
Capricorn,
gonna
as
ask.
is my mother.
Oh no! Wow, we
And
gotta.
they are the same age. Excusez-moi. Because that means they have a very similar birth chart, which is crazy.
But I mean,
Yeah, because she has, well, actually, wow, it's so funny because she has Capricorn Sun, Leo Moon,
mm,
Aquarius, Mercury, Venus and Sagittarius, slay. Mars and Leo, slay. Jupiter and Pisces, Saturn, Aquarius, which that is my mom has Mars, Leo, Jupiter, Pisces, Saturn, Aquarius, but
oh,
Mercury and her Mercury is a Capricorn and her Venus is Scorpio. So her birthday, yeah, because my mom's birthday is like 3 weeks before Joan's. So those planets were able to move, which means
squish.
they are very different, which is why it makes sense, obviously. But it is
There's
funny to me.
similarities. You're like you are still
It is
being like,
funny
yeah, it's
that they
still
are literally the same exact age. So but I think what they did with him, the French guy coming out first, is that he has that accent and old ladies love that shit. And I think they just wanted her to like swoon as the first like exit, limo exit, and for it to be kind of a moment for her, less the moment for that man. Because
yeah,
I don't see them going far. I see him being kind of a little character through, the first couple of episodes, but I see like other men being the like,
absolutely. Yeah, she
men
does.
for
She
her.
seems to be drawn towards more like. I mean, I don't know because she gave the first impression rose to this man named Keith, and so it's like clearly, which we'll get into in a second. But before we move on, I do want to give our first official award to our first suspected bisexual,
Mm.
Pascal, because I feel
St-
like I know he talked about women a lot, but he was. I just feel like he's like, I have the finest clothes, I have the finest
I have
cars, I have the
the
finest
car,
lovers. It does not matter
the
what the gender they
lovers.
are. Like,
I love women. Like literally, I was like, okay, King, go
yeah.
off.
So,
Hunty, sleigh
yeah,
boots down.
yeah, we
Like,
do. There's
and
some
he was
gays
zhuzhing that
here.
woman's hair to
Exactly.
I was I was transported. Okay.
We've all been in that seat before.
Yeah, absolutely. We've
Yeah.
all heard a weird.
Yeah.
And when honestly, it's so funny because the second he opened his mouth and he was French, I go, "Oh no." I was like, "French, get him out of here."
Not the
I was like,
anti-French
whoop,
shit
whoop,
on the
whoop.
podcast. You're gonna get me canceled.
I am an anti-Francophile, okay? No, I know, I just think that like,
Exactly.
Frenchmen, Italian men, the like lovers of Europe, right? They honey, that man with his nice car and his nice job around women all the time and you think that that's the man's like it's not not like that's not going
But
to be
I would
it.
say, but like, if my options were people like Marcus and
Mm.
Devin and Sam and like,
All of these men could have been on
and
Jen's season and they
ex-
would have won.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
maybe.
but it's like I
Ugh.
would rather choose a Frenchman who won't let me talk because he's busy talking, and
Straight
I could
up.
just like zone out, and he's gonna buy me nice
Her face.
drinks and yeah, exactly, and yeah, We're gonna do some cocaine and poppers. It's gonna be fine.
Yes. Yes.
So I would
Yes.
choose that if I had if these were my
We're
options.
going
But
out with the
yeah.
girlies. Come meet all the
Uh,
women around me.
but let's talk about Keith because you and I both had the same thought. This man rolls up in this beat up station wagon, and you and I both were like, Garrett,
Garrett.
I thought we canceled you from the
Oh
very
my
first
God.
season.
Honestly, the brain rot that we have to have that thought immediately when we both see that car separately from each other. Because you did not tell me that. You
So
thought of
good.
that.
Yeah.
I did not tell. Because yeah, the second that thing pulled up, I was like, oh shit, it's Becca Kufrin's man's. I was like, which one? Grant Garrett. I couldn't remember G name. Um, no shade to our current soon to be Bachelor Grant.
Yeah, I of
Hard
course was
eyes.
thinking of Maddie's Grant and
Same
correct.
exactly. Like
Correct.
G names just don't the track record. Gary? Like the G names aren't flying.
It's not working.
So
It's not working.
we
But
need
yeah,
to
so
make sure.
he rolls up and that and yeah, it's and then the theme continues because he gets the first impression rose, much like Garrett Garrett
Yes.
Gunn. Sorry, that one was Garrett Gunn.
No, he did.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, he was
Yegor
McGarrett.
Gun.
Oh,
Yegor Gun.
one of those. Yeah, there because there's
No, it
the
was
other
that
Garrett.
he was the
Yeah,
one Yergoyan or
Garrett
whatever the
Gunn.
fuck last name
Yeah,
that you couldn't
exactly.
pronounce. Like, god damn it. Just
Um,
stop it.
it's like probably maybe your family was an immigrant or something. I don't know, just like
And
a
yet you're
thought.
being and yet
And
you
yet,
and Devin would get along,
yeah,
huh?
interesting.
There
Okay,
Garrett was probably DMing Devin like, "Hey man, this is crazy. I know it sucks." And he's
I've
like,
been there
"Bro,
before.
there's other things. I have
Wait.
to apologize for other things now than not even just that." Like that's what's
I think I need to make a meme about it because like you just floated the craziest fanfic ever, but
like
also it's probably reality where he really did probably like got a back call like, oh, there's another MAGA bro getting hate just like I got it. I was also the winner. I
you
also
could make
like
a
the same posts.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. You could make like a meme comic strip where it
Yes.
starts with like the bat signal from Devin and then it starts like get like those think back to like those stupid like stick figures where you just paste the head onto it and it's like talking to each other and it's like man or DMs. You
I'm
could
so
do a
good. Ding
series.
ding ding ding. He's like, "Hey
Yeah.
bro, I just wanted to reach out to you, let you know it gets easier from here on out. It gets better. To use a phrase from a actual marginalized community, it gets better. But you know, because you and I are marginalized, we
This is
are winners
winners.
who've not been
No.
understood."
Oh my God. No, this is like an idea sprung from hell in the best in the best way.
It's called therapy. You and I are
Like
giving therapy to ourselves.
this is perfect. You need to do it. Be especially you need to do it.
Mhm.
Also just the image of that car driving up with the baggage on the top is
Mhm.
another really ripe image because there's some men, well, Gil with the baggage.
Yeah, with the baggage.
Ugh.
Anyway,
It was a
um,
bummer, but of course, like we couldn't. It's just we couldn't even protect a 61-year-old woman. Um, like it's one thing to that 70-something-year-old man. It's one thing to have some crazies on that season, which there weren't.
yeah, I feel like there was not a single.
There was no scandal, no problem. That's why the season was so well loved
And the scandal
until
that
the
did
golden
happen was just
divorce.
from the man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you guys
Yeah,
not understanding? Cancel
literally.
men.
Cancel men. They never learn. They literally like they grow up and then they get divorced and then they do the same dumb shit. They seek women to keep caring for them and making them dinner and reminding them to take their medications and like, you know,
And,
walking them to the bathroom.
and all Gary had to do originally, the old Gary, because he was old.
The
Is
oldest Gary.
the oldest Gary ever lived, the smallest Gary who's ever lived. Um, he all he had to do because he had that girlfriend and he made her pay rent and then roasted her when she broke her ankle or some shit. And like
Men
he
ain't
but she
shit.
was there to provide the wifely duties that he was like obviously just seeking. That's all he wanted from any of this. And
She
then
can't stand up on her own.
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
And but he didn't he charge her rent. No, buddy. No, I'm so sorry. No, if you need a woman to cook and clean for you, that's fucked. And hey, I'm not saying that you should have a wife just to do that. But if the woman is there and she's wanting to do that, fine. You better pay her for her life.
Like the home you live in is her home if she makes it a home for you.
Yes.
Like if
Yes.
you feel at home with her there, she should not be paying you money. If you share a bed every night with a woman at that grown ass age, she should not be paying rent. Like, get it? Like, what is the question? It's just
It's pretty
men
fucked what
have
happened.
audacity at all ages.
So yeah, let's get into this Gil shit real quick, and then we'll, I guess, maybe a couple other men we'll talk about,
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
then I like we can go on to Devin because I feel like you
whatever.
guys got the
And like
picture.
the
They're
episode was good. It
yeah,
was precious. They all have either dead wives or wives that are divorced and whatever, or and gay kids, and that's amazing. And I live for that. And Joan was precious, and they still had to stay up all night.
yeah, yeah. That was
God,
rough.
don't make
That
these
was
old
rough.
people stay up all night. That one guy at the rose ceremony, when he was like, he was the very first guy who spoke at the rose ceremony. He was like, I was, in like an hour from now in New York, I'd be getting up, like, because he had transitioned from New York to California. And I was like, fuck, all these old people are so tired.
So
And that's why they were crying at the end when so many guys got eliminated.
I was like so delusional. I was like, well, maybe they like actually like called it a night early, and they started
Mm-mm,
over again the next
mm-mm.
day. But no,
I God, I could you imagine if they just let them go to bed and then did the rose ceremony in the morning or like not the morning but the afternoon, like let them sleep,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Let them
Let them
sleep
sleep.
however long after that filming. And also, hello, limo exits at golden hour.
Oh
Like
my god.
gorgeous. We don't need it to be dark and black, do we? Imagine a golden hour, literally golden bachelorette,
Bachelorette.
golden hour limo exits, lovely light shining, and as it can get darker, it still could be a vibe.
It's perfect.
They just want to light everything consistently and they don't want to work for it.
That's the thing. It's like, come on, earn your paycheck.
Just make it good.
Producers are probably pretty underpaid. Okay.
No, straight up. Yeah, yeah.
I hate you, but also I
Like I know you're underpaid because of the shit job you've been doing.
exactly. It's like we see it and I clock it and I'm so sorry, but also do better. But also hugs, but also
It's like I get it, union wage theft, like literally we get it. I get it, Hundo P. I'm with you there, but also use the effort you do have at your job to make sure you don't cast men who are directly violent to women. Like I don't know what doesn't compute on that level.
so so Gil, we don't even know this man, of course, right? Like
Gil
who is
Hernandez,
this
I think is
man?
his
Who
name.
is this man? But I will let's see here, go back to the story. So basically he has been stalking this woman for 3.5 years. This girl, so this off and on girlfriend. So her daughter kind of came out and was like, he's been, in a toxic relationship with my mom for a while, and was breaking up and cheating on her and blah blah blah. But somehow in the process was able to be cast to be on this season of the Golden Bachelorette. And then this is according to ABC. This is so fucked, y'all. So in the time that they cast him and ran the background check on him that they apparently are saying we came back clean within
Mm-hmm.
days of
Mm.
that and then
Days.
starting filming the ex-girlfriend filed the restraining order. It was temporarily approved, and for it to then get like officially approved, he needed to show up in some kind of court junction for that. And it was on July 2nd. And do you know where Gil was? Filming the Golden Bachelorette, so he could not go to court because he was. So like, what's fucking funny about this is that I guess technically, the show did no wrong in this particular case, because if we're, like, his file was clean, but then it was filed afterward, like in that literal weeks in between.
It's just crazy because okay. To
But
me,
that means that he was harassing her that entire time, though, because like if he is
exactly
harassing her, like, sir, you have
before
to
the show.
actually go on a show. What are you doing?
Like, do you not what time? I guess they're all fucking retired, so like what else do they have to do?
Like Golden Corral at 5, call my ex-girlfriend 20 times at 7.
Literally sit in the bed until 8, fall asleep with, whatever
White sound
fucking
machine
sleep
on.
apnea machine you have.
While you're like harassing her. What are you doing?
Like, god damn it. Again, men ain't shit, never have been shit, never will be shit. They grow up to just like anyway. Yeah, no, it's jarring to me that he was harassing her before the show. How are you being the emotional like ups and downs of like I don't like it must be such a casual for him to be stalking her because it's must how does he be so casual and normal when talking to producers and not give off some type of like vibe and but also not like they could ever
That's the thing.
be a vibe. So
that's the thing is they like literally cannot pick up a single vibe.
like god damn it, they couldn't spot a predator from a fucking fucking mile away from this fucking mansion. Like I don't know, they're everywhere. And Devin is like an obvious one to me. Like gross vibes from start to finish. Gil is an old man, and they're all shitty, weird, and old predators, like for the most part. The only ones who aren't are these wholesome men with their dead wives and daughters.
Yeah.
That's the criteria for a good older man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Divorced with daughters, next in line.
Yeah.
Divorced, no kids. What are we doing? Divorced sons, like like I think the guy who we talked about earlier has sons. Maybe he had a daughter too. I can't remember, but like you know what I mean. The like the girl dad vibe that was happening here during this whole episode was both interesting, sweet, and also like it's just so interesting how we brand girl dad and boy mom, but like mom, girl mom, and like, you know what I mean? Like the boy dad, boy dad, whatever. It's
they're all bad.
That's all bad.
Cancel parents, actually.
Like absolutely.
Mine are already canceled because they're dead.
Mine canceled because they're a lot
abusive.
Terrible. And so yeah, like no, my dad, sweet and angel, but he's just drunk and vibing in Texas. So he's like kind of out of it, but also like it's like you're not off the hook, but it's not like
he's not actively trying to
you're
cause
not a
you
threat.
harm.
Like you're not
exactly.
He's never been like a threat. He's just been so much not a threat. Anyway,
so much so that he's not in your life.
Yeah,
exactly.
like,
we all
therapy.
Okay, great.
So yeah, literally.
Which I guarantee you probably at least 5 of these men don't talk to their daughters. Yes, did we see a bunch of like sweet family things, but see some of them were from like a mom and like a sister, and it's like
what was the vibe there?
Yeah, because like I bet you some of these people do not talk to their kids, and
I want to know the count. And I don't know, it's just jarring. It's always crazy.
I mean, we do know Mark talks to his kid because he is the nepo parent of the season.
Oh, and also he's sexy as fuck. Like I'm gonna give it to him. Like he's really fine. Like he's got such a good smile and he's just so like
Veneers.
literally what she said, soft spoken. Like he again, podcast, radio host, it's giving,
Yeah.
but he is also the youngest one.
Oh, okay.
He's
Interesting.
57, and I don't think any of these men are under 60. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a 59-year-old somewhere in there, but like I
Right.
think most of them were like 60, 61, and up,
Yeah. So true.
plus
Yeah. So true.
Mark, the 57-year-old. I feel like he was just an exception because of the vibe, like, and of him being on the like
Yeah.
he fan favorite and
Of
Joey and
course.
that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Thirst traps. He was like, my daughter told
Which
me there was thirst traps about me, and was like, I'm so sorry, Mark. Yes.
when he
Yeah.
said thirst traps, I was trying to understand what that meant to him. I was like, but do you mean memes? Like thirst memes? Like I think
Exactly.
I don't understand. I don't think like because he didn't have thirst traps. Like he didn't post them. So I think that he's just misunderstanding something there. And it was just really funny. The producers thought it was funny that he was saying that and it was wrong. So that I feel like that was a producer throw to like to the
Yeah.
young people to be like these old guys, to the
Like,
parents being like, oh, a thirst trap, huh? And the all the parents who go to talk up to their kids and
yeah.
they mention what a thirst trap is and they're like, no, no, I don't think that's what that is. They're like, it's a thirst trap.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Show needs to not be really careful with what slang they introduce
Seriously, I'm just
to
like,
like that audience that might be tuning in and may not be tuning into the young Bachelorette because they miss Chris Harrison, but they'll watch the old Bachelorette because old people. But they're fine to watch for the old people
no,
because
yeah,
they're
they're
like,
like, I will
I
begrudgingly come
can't.
back to my.
Ugh. I got look, I may have stopped watching because Chris Harrison, he's the one. But those old people, like I can't resist.
I love it. Oh my god.
But anyway, Gil canceled.
Canceled. And you can
Um,
get in the group
and who
chat with
knows?
Garrett and Devin.
Yep. And who knows? Maybe by the end of the season we'll get to cancel some more.
I'm so excited,
I
y'all.
really hope so.
Slide into the
I just
DMs.
hope
Let
they're
me
not
know
the ones
which
that I
one you
love.
want. Yeah, we go ahead.
Yeah. Not the ones that I love.
Yes.
I need the tall guy with the big T, the ER physician. He's giving something there. I don't know what the vibe is there. Cancelable.
Yes.
Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's one of
He's
those.
wait, Scooch.
Maybe he's
Yeah,
behind
I think
me.
he must be directly behind
Yeah.
you. Oh wait, no, 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 no. Wait, oh I think he is.
They
I
have
think
all
he's the one
different
literally right behind your
risers,
shoulder.
so yeah, we can't even.
The impossible one to see.
Yeah.
He's oh on the floor. On the
Oh,
floor.
there he is. That man is so hot, dude.
That man is giving. There's something about him that's
Yeah.
giving
Look.
cancelable.
Oh, I see. Oh, I forgot we were talking about your cancer. I thought we were talking about.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you're right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
also he is hot. Like
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
thing.
If he is the one I'm thinking of, he was immediately right away too. He's like, "Oh my god, it's such an honor to be here for the first Golden Bachelorette." And like, he was talking about it where I was like, "Clout chaser." I
Yep.
fucking smell
Yep.
it.
And I feel like yeah, that the bald guy on the far wait, I don't know if it'll be
Yeah,
the same direction other way.
yeah. Other way.
The bald guy on the very end in the Hawkeye sweater.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm thinking, hang on, who else to cancel? Not specifically to cancel. They haven't done anything, to be
Yeah.
clear.
Well, they
This
might have.
is just off of pure vibes alone.
Oh, and also when you said Hawkeye sweater, were you talking about a sexy slutty
Yeah,
knit?
the
Because
sexy
they are
sweaty
back.
knits. They are out and about.
Mm.
They are out. The daughters shopped very well for their fathers, okay? All the girl dads were styled. And some of them, okay, if we're gonna do parents of the Bachelor and Bachelorettes or whatever coming on this show, we need some of their hot kids to go on The Bachelor. Like we need that type of
One to one.
like one to one also
I
because I
agree.
think that's a really interesting and fun way to cross pollinate, but not really. You know what I mean? But like the franchise, keep it all running together. Kelsey, getting Kelsey to walk out there is literally like, hello, young people. I christen this for you. Like, even Gary, I feel like, did Gary have any bachelors? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, remember it was probably some hotties in the family as it came around, but like I can't quite remember. But I feel like they're
Yeah.
upping like doing the whole videos. The segment was obviously like trying to do
That
something.
was
Like it was
so
like yeah,
fascinating
and like
in general.
Charles's daughters were gorgeous. The one that talked to him, I was
Oh
like,
my God. No, literally both of them. And
gorge.
I was like, that's when I
Yeah,
had the thought. I was like, oh, they need to be on the
yeah.
Bachelor. And again, lesbians, hello, get
And
them
listen,
on,
and listen,
get
and,
them,
and listen.
find one of these people, these old people with with a gay child.
But do you remember
Just
the
fucking,
gossip? Do you remember the gossip I told you? I can't talk about it yet. Remember when I
yeah.
told you the thing? Oh my God. I'm saying it's all connected.
It's
And
literally,
guys, when it fucking happens, you're gonna,
oh my
oh
God.
my God, you're gonna lose.
No, it's a literally all connected.
It's all
This
gonna.
is literal brainwashing. I just know it. And I know we talked about it already, but like it is brainwashing for
Yeah,
these fucking boomers watching this shit.
I got
And I,
confirmation of something that's gonna blow. It's blowing it all off, and it's confirming everything we've ever said.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the lesbian signal. This
Oh.
is literally the lesbian signal and the dad signal. Carhartt. For those not watching the video, I'm wearing a Carhartt shirt.
And I saw this meme. They were like, like, fuck, what was it? They're like, are you a normal person or are you just a lesbian who's trying to be your dad, your own dad? Like, are you? It was something like that, and I was like, yeah, okay, fine, I feel seen. Anyway, okay, we have to
Dude.
talk about Devin. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink.
yeah, pour more whiskey, everybody. Okay, so I got breaking news from Reality Steve.
Oh God.
While we were recording this.
Mm.
So I don't know what this means about anything, so we'll find out.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it to you guys live. I'm listening to Reality Steve's podcast, and he says that he was contacted by some Louisiana-based lawyers after his live, and they apparently said that Devin's charges should have come up on a search, and that he wouldn't even have been allowed to drive an Uber in Louisiana. So I think there's probably more at play here than people with general law knowledge and not Louisiana specific law knowledge about it. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much. So that's actually not like breaking news, but like
Okay,
that's
but
you
that
know.
does tie in information that I am thinking of. So, not allowed to drive an Uber because of DUIs.
That part.
Because there was a brief like mention in the restraining order document. Okay, also trigger warning ahead. We will be talking about a lot of the violence that Devin dealt with, that did, like just,
And he will deal with.
and we will make him pay by fucking roasting him on this podcast more. But anyway, in that restraining order, she mentioned something about him, a cop showing up and talking to him about he just got arrested for a DUI, and he says like this is where to bring him, or I don't know, something like of that regard.
Yeah.
And she was like, fuck off, not to the cop, but she was like polite to the cop, but basically like, hello, no. Like, and so, and then the other thought, remember how much he had a drink in his hand on the show?
Oh. Let me
Do
tick,
you
bro. Let me
remember?
tick, bro.
Let me tick, bro. Let me tick. It's the main thing. Okay. This, he said, so there were multiple times where they would cut to him and he would be like, oh, I need a drink. Or him at the bar with a drink. And I know he was drinking with, Jesse Palmer, and sometimes that's like all a setup and whatever, but he did have a glass of whiskey. He's always drinking whiskey, like literally whiskey on the rocks
Yeah.
or bourbon or whatever brown
Yeah.
liquid of choice, but like
Yeah.
that vibe. And that's not okay.
As I
You are drinking
slowly.
whiskey on the rocks, but you are recording a motherfucking
And
podcast and
listen,
you're
it's
not on
actually not
national.
on the rocks. I'm a braver bitch than him. I
Yes,
take
bitch.
it fucking
Neat.
warm, neat.
Out of the bottle on the fucking pod. No, that I'm not shit talking anybody who
No,
drinks
of
whiskey
course,
in these
no, and
ways,
like obviously,
but
like DUIs are like a thing, and it's like whatever. But
it's
like,
and
it's
like
just like
addicts.
we're talking about, but like this is
This
what.
in the grand scheme of him being violent to women, being an alcoholic ties into that directly.
Literally,
Like
yeah,
that because that is why other than him being a clear narcissist, like clearly, that is why he would, he's the kind of guy to fucking fight with you, be disgusting and horrible and abusive, and then the next day, obviously to love bomb you back, but to literally be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're actually so, I love you so much. Because he's also sober now. Like, that's a double whammy of like drunk behavior, sober next day, and he's also abusive. So it's a whole cycle of all of those things. But it just is so fucked that lawyers were even like, this should show up, which means producers either A, didn't background check, which they should in general, or they got a really cheap one
Yeah. Or
because they got to do it all the
yeah.
time.
And supposedly there's now a rumor going around that they did see the arrest for something, for like whatever, and they asked him about it and he
Hold me back.
said like, oh, it was nothing. But it's like
Arrest nothing?
yeah,
Like,
he just like he would like
even if you
downplayed
got
it. It's like
arrested for fucking pissing in public or some stupid shit like that, you
literally.
could easily just say that. Like,
And like okay, and
if you
I'm
got
not
arrested for something that's not applicable to you being on a dating show, maybe it would be easy to say.
and I can't, and I'm gonna try to do this. So on Monday I'm gonna record another episode where it's like where we're just gonna be talking about like this kind of bigger picture stuff. And I
Yeah.
have somebody who's coming on who's actually worked in like a DV like crisis center for five
Nice.
years, and it's gonna be like a great conversation. So I'll promise to try to research a little bit more. But there, and I'm not even gonna name his name right now because I don't want to be like saying shit that out of like I don't remember correctly. But on a season a long time ago, there was a man who also had like a DV case happening, or whatever. He got on the show, and part of his problem was that he got arrested like right before also being on the show for like taking a shit in public. Like
Oh
he
my
was
God.
intoxicated and like fucking shit on the
Because,
street or
and then it's
whatever.
all,
And
yeah.
then but then it was like it violated his probation and blah blah blah, and he
Mm,
still was on the
snowball.
show for like 3 episodes. And I remember when that came out, I was
Wait, did
just
they
like,
ghost him out?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
remember
you
this.
remember, yeah,
It
exactly,
was it was definitely, yeah, it was like a bachelorette season
yes, it
that was, it
was
was like
Becca's maybe or something like that. So
Becca,
yeah,
JoJo. No, it was not as far back as
no,
JoJo,
but
but
I think it
like,
was
yeah,
like
that,
Becca or yeah,
I
well,
think it
oh,
was Hannah.
maybe
No.
Hannah,
But
maybe
either
not
way, yeah,
even,
they just
yeah.
disappeared him from the season. I remember that, yeah.
But it was just like
Uh,
it's just like a series of like I'm like, what? How are you guys not seeing this shit? How are you not like what's going on? And like Devin's shit is like he had this restraining order put on him for violent behavior to this woman, putting her in a chokehold, spitting at her, all this shit, and then he burns the restraining order on her driveway. And then he breaks into
unhinged
her
behavior.
house and he gets an UI and he's violating it over and over again, which is so scary. So
Which
scary.
means he genuinely does not care, did not care, will not care. He's still in his fucking pussy ass statement. Sorry to say that. Shouldn't say that. Shouldn't equate him to something.
To so something
But
so
like
beautiful and glorious as
his
a pussy.
bitch wimpy boohoo ass statement where he said that the restraining order was actually never filed and we're on good terms. It's like you can't, you just gotta say it. You have to say it. Your back is at the wall. You're losing Instagram followers. Your comments are limited because they're a fucking shit show. You need to do something. And you are doing nothing but making it worse.
I I uh, it's like, and it's like crazy because like I made that fucking TikTok yesterday about like all the shit that he's done that we know about. Like
It's bad. So bad.
but I'm
And
just like I feel
Devin,
like I'm living a fucking nightmare. Like every part of it is so bad.
literally, Devin needs to fully rot in hell. like, like every time, anytime I talk about it, it's just like, wow, horrible, terrible. It's never good. And yeah, he needs to shut up and he needs to delete his Instagram.
Like it's
I've been saying it, but there's really no other answer at this point.
Like
Like,
we haven't talked publicly about this yet, but like or like since the fucking text release, but like that alone was insane. Like
oh
how
my
am I
God.
in a world where this what happened this week where like we find out about this like horrific restraining order and burning the fucking thing and all this shit is like more horrifying, but like just as horrifying is releasing private texts from your
Hundreds of
fiance, hundreds of
texts
them, including ones that were intimate
were
sex
sexty.
for the lead, and like it's in like it was like a violation that's like every part of the way. And you and I've talked about this, Lemi and I talked about this. When you see those likes, it all connects. Like that's what we're trying to say. When people like fight me on the internet and they're like, you can believe whatever you want and shouldn't be canceled, and who cares if he like votes conservative, I'm like, I don't really care if you're like fiscally conservative, whatever. But if the kind of person who believes these things will, it's like if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's gonna fucking rape you like a duck
Like,
and eat your shit
literally.
and like fucking try to, I'm sorry, I'm so mad. I was like,
No, no, you are literally so correct because I was
ugh.
saying the same exact fucking thing. It doesn't matter. I know. I'm so sorry, but no one here gives a fuck. No one listening to this is giving a fuck. They're like but like Trump supporting men will never in any way, shape, or form respect women. And also, I'm going to throw it out to just specifically transphobic men as well.
They literally,
They will never respect a woman either because they have a very strange, in their mind, ideal of what a woman should be because they don't want a trans person to be like a trans, they don't want that.
yeah, yeah,
And I, it's her, it's again, yeah, I get it some DMs too where they're like, "Ugh," but like, it's, I don't care. I don't care. It's like, it's just, again, the pipeline that we have witnessed unfold throughout the season because the likes were discovered what, like
like 2 weeks in,
mid,
3 weeks in,
yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna
it
say
was
pretty
crazy.
early. And that from that to this, it's just it's one to two to three to four. Like it's
Yeah,
literally A, B, C. Like it's just all
everything that comes out is just like,
yeah.
yeah, actually.
So just don't. There's never gonna. You can't fix a Trump supporting man. It's not gonna happen.
Remember when he went on that liking spree of Kamala posts?
Remember. Remember when he posted a photo? I think it was a story that was like, "Are y'all done yet?"
Oh my, I'm gonna
As far as making roasts, and we're not done.
never. I'll never be done. I'm gonna make you an institution.
Like
Garrett is 7 years removed from this situation, but we're still talking about him. You
straight
will
up.
never, on my dying day, my deathbed.
We will continually remind people that this man is ass, but also not in the he gets clout way, but in a we get to make stupid memes of him way, where he's wait, you know what you should do? You should make like a Hall of Fame photo, like the what the fucking SpongeBob meme where
Oh,
it's like all of them.
oh,
And it's like the Hall of Fame of
shit, man.
like and it's like a like Devin,
Yeah,
you've been
like yeah,
anointed
like welcome to the
to
club,
this
bitch.
club of terrible, disgusting men who have been on the show. And it's Lee Garrett, it's what's his fuck the country guy.
James
Uh
McCoy Taylor, yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
McCoy. And it's obviously Garrett, Matt Garrett,
And
the
the other
original,
Garrett Powell, which is
the
Garrett Gunn.
baloney Garrett.
Because he had the gun with Trump's face engraved on it that he posted
Dude.
after the things where
And
Trump
now
was like,
Devin.
there was like the riots in Chicago are full of a bunch of gangsters. And then he posted a picture of a gun with Trump's face on it, hashtagged it Chicago or what, Detroit. And I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
you're a bold-faced racist? Great, good to know. Love it.
Love that
Yeah. We'll add
advertisement.
it. We'll
Love
add
that public.
Luke Pell can go on that. All the Luke,
Oh,
frankly, all the Lukes. I feel like they're all
literally
Trumpers.
all Luke's, but I feel like it's just like the because like a lot of them have been discovered post show, but
True.
like during their show, I mean, maybe I wasn't locked in. I mean, I definitely was not locked in when I watched JoJo's season,
Right, I know. No, but that Luke
but
was like he's just like a
Luke
military brat.
P
So, yeah, Luke P, the
from
other
Hannah's
Luke,
season,
yeah.
yeah, he's up there. That one,
Yeah.
because yeah. But anyway, shitty men, they literally never stop casting them. And I know, look, producers that are not listening to this, or maybe are, I don't know.
I love it.
Producers, there are plenty of men who will argue and fight and give you drama without being literal predators. So maybe we should cast some of them. Like,
I like and this is the kind of conversation I'm gonna have with Natalie on the podcast on Monday. But yeah, like just question for the audience, just like I just don't understand how they don't have like scouts that can just like seek out
what's
people like
going on?
differently. And I know they do. They do have scouts and they do seek people, but like so when you find a dud, uh, course
Throw him
correct. Like
in the trash. Like,
like
send
I
him
like
to the guillotine. Like, it's push him off a cliff if you find a shitty one. Like, honestly, we really should wait. We really should. Okay, what we need to do is we need to hire real background checkers for the casting of the show. And then we need to use the people that are currently the background checkers and make them the ones who find the shittiest men in the country. And then we just
kill them. Yeah.
throw them off a cliff.
I love
Like,
it.
they have found some literal top tier, terrible men. And it would be fine
Wait a
if
second.
those men were just not.
Oh
I
my
mean, look, I don't,
god.
I don't,
I'm living in this dream reality that you and I just created. We just like
you
okay,
know,
so
you
when
see
people
the vision.
when people DM me and they're like, I don't think I can watch this show anymore, and I'm always like, I commiserate, I respect your choice, I love you, you're
I
always
also can
welcome
barely watch
here.
this
Yeah,
show.
exactly right. You're always welcome here. It's fine. Yeah, you didn't watch a couple seasons until Jen came back, or Joey and Jen. You were like, okay, I'll watch again. Okay, so but I love this reality that we're like shifting to like to continue to watch it is that we're like no they're almost doing a service. They're finding the worst men they possibly can. They have a knack at it. Like it's a skill. It's like a
It's
hobby. It's like when you ask
literally
somebody like, "Are
their
you like
biggest
what's your
talent.
special talent?" Yeah, exactly. And they're like, "Well, it's actually finding the worst man that's ever existed, and I'm gonna put him on the television show." So and then we cancel them, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So like that's what you and I do. Like that's
Yeah,
the ecosystem that we're all a part of.
exactly.
And then there you go. Like I think we're doing
Like,
good. Like
we're canceling. We're finding the shittiest men to cancel. However, we also need to just someone somewhere in the production team, when you are filming the show that they are on to be canceled from, you need to whisper into your fucking lead's ear and be like, not that one.
right? Like oh, I mean literally, yeah. Like whoever I don't know where
Like,
they were they on
not
vacation
that
this
one
time?
either.
Like just yeah, not that one
No,
either.
not that one either. I'm sorry. All of your dream choices. It's like literally, it's like, so wait, can I have Devin? No, no. Marcus?
Marcus.
No, not Marcus either. What about Jeremy? Honestly, red flag too. He's the look, maybe not. So is it only Jonathan? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So someone just needs to be there to protect the fucking lead, which is universal. And this is a statement that belongs in all timelines. Protect the fucking lead, okay? But yeah, use your powers to find shitty man so that Bachelor Nation, who are insane, we insane, okay? We're in the pot. We're here. In the pit. We're down.
Yeah.
I'm insane. And we will cancel them.
Okay.
And okay, great. All their terrible past will come up and the women will see them and they will be undateable for at minimum 2 years. Maybe not.
I know it's funny because
You know what I
Gary
mean?
got married to some fucking bitch and he's happy living
And
his fucking Maggie life.
Devin's his punishments, his charges, or his whatever the fuck sentences, that's the right word. He was sentenced to like no things. It was like you pay a fine that's like a 3-digit number, which what the
God.
fuck? Um, a low one too. Starts with a 3. Anyway, you pay a fine and then you basically say I'm sorry. And like that was basically the vibe. Oh, and also you have to work at a library or a church or something. Like it was the most nothingness, nothing, which makes sense because Louisiana and I Texas would do the same thing. I could
Yeah,
say it. I'm
so
from
true.
Texas. So is those
Yeah.
states down there, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Them lawyers don't give a fuck. The lawyers do give a fuck though when Bachelor Nation is out here posting.
So good.
I love it. I love a good old pile on. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It's oh my god,
He
like literally
deserves it.
when he made his Instagram story and
The-
Entertainment Weekly was Freddie within like 30 minutes. They were like, so Devin's an asshole and a liar.
he's literally eating shit right now. Like, we have sent a fucking what evil mob, like crazy mob to go find him because this is the point we're at. Like, I just think public execution is the answer. And in the non-murderous timeline, public execution is deleting your social
Yeah.
media presence. You
Start.
will not escape us.
No, you will. It's like there's no winning, and
Him,
it's like watching a full-on narcissist think he can win against the most powerful and psychotic fan base that's ever existed. Like we are not. You cannot fuck with.
we got Chris Harrison fired.
Like
Like, we can do anything.
you can do it.
We can do anything.
Literally, do you understand how hard that was? But we did
Y'all,
it.
like, and yeah, the fact that he blocked he blocked Bachelor data? Bachelor data, y'all.
Oh my
He blocked
god.
that account because rightfully so, she's been posting about his breaking news because she's equally mad.
Yeah.
But she directly, I remember the first video she posted about it. She was like, it was about his texts, and she was like, I usually don't post things like this,
Yeah,
but
that's true. She was, and
here we
listen, yeah,
go. And
listen.
there is no one better than like someone who collects data for a living to read the fuck down this type of thing. Like,
Right. She's like, here's where
get
this
all
is. Yeah.
yeah, I bet you she's working on a timeline post. She's got something working. But she's been posting about it enough to get him to block her,
Yeah.
which means Jenna, you know what you have to do.
I know. I think I have to tag him officially. Here's the thing. I've retired from that game, and like
I
I'm
know, I
excited for
know.
Suzanne. Like I excited
Mhm.
when you get blocked. It's an exciting thing. I tell you
It's
what.
iconic.
I've been through Leo of Becca's season. He fought with me.
Oof, good
Danica in
one.
the DMs blocked me.
Tyler
There's been
Cameron.
yeah, Tyler Cameron's blocked me. Matt James has blocked me. Peter's mom. Gosh,
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot, and it's
No,
always
that's like
crazy.
so that's a great list.
It's a great list, and there's more, uh, but I've retired from that game because the
Yeah.
stress was killing me a little bit, and so I can't tag anyone anymore, and also because I want to know the fucking dirt. I know Nick knows about me. I know he wants to kill
It's
me, and the feeling is mutual. But I don't. I want access to the shit, and I don't have any more account availability. I have so many accounts already for all my other various things. I can't even have a sock account, and it all connects back to me because I'm a narcissist. I'm like, okay, well, my personal account connected to my whatever. So anyway, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, and I think we have. I think Bachelor Nation is so on board. Like I'm not gonna get like harassed for being anti
yeah.
Devin because
Yeah.
literally,
Because at this point, you don't have to make it only an anti-Trump thing because then people would be really annoying.
exactly,
Now it's just a Devin is a literal shithole.
yeah, and that was the thing.
And
Exactly, yeah.
uh maybe yeah, you can God, yeah, maybe you tag him in the memes you make of him and Garrett.
Which I've already started a couple of memes, y'all, that I've been preparing for this episode and the next episode. Yeah, the one I make about Garrett would be great. Oh, he blocked me too. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, good.
The other Garrett too, I think. But yeah. So anyway,
I love it so
good
much.
times. I just
Yeah.
can't. I think when people like, I want everyone to know, like, this show is horrible, and I am gonna continue to watch because I think I promised this a little while ago. Like, I am going down with this ship. So I
Mhm.
have two things I'm doing.
Same.
I'm equally trying to better the show. Obviously, roses for everybody. Like all the work I do is to try to make it better because you and I like this show. We like watching
Yes.
it, but I also am very okay with it fucking dying and I'm gonna be here though when it does that. And
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
put that work in. And so it's like when these moments happen, it's like it's shit, and that's why I'm gonna talk about it, and we're gonna like drag it, and we're gonna try to like continue the conversation and get all these media outlets to continue to like drag them. But yeah, like, but it is hard. Like, it's not without
Yeah.
difficulty to like anyway. But
And I will say though, so I think a lot of Bachelor Nation is like used to obviously watching mostly Bachelor because it takes up so much fucking
it
time.
does so
They've
much.
got so many seasons now, so of things going on like at once. Like we just again 2 weeks ago was Jen's finale, which is literally fucking crazy. So, anyway, we have Bachelor Nation has all these shows, but they're also branching out to like Love is Blind, to Love Island. But I will say this, I don't think a lot of them, unless they are like again niche, right? But like Survivor, Big Brother, I've been getting into these shows a lot, and I've been learning about the fandoms of the shows, been kind of like dipping my toe in, figuring them out. They deal with the same shit.
Because I'm always
it's
curious about that.
it is all TV shows. There are Big Brother there's like Big Brother lore of the winners that all suck, like who are all terrible people.
Yeah.
And honestly, this current season of Big Brother, the person who is probably in the like it's not over yet,
Right.
but there's a probably gonna win is like an ultra Christian evangelical girl.
Yeah.
She's also black. And so it's a complicated thing,
Yeah,
but she's
it
also
is.
Republican who openly stated on a like live feed situation. They didn't put it in an episode, but in the live feeds she stated that she was like talking to another girl who's definitely also a Republican who was like she was like, "Do you listen to Candace Owens?"
Oh
And I
God.
heard that and I was like, "Oh." Mm. And she has been to Israel and loves it, and she's like, it's Jesus's birthplace. So like, this is a lot, and it sucks because she is possibly going to win because she's good at the show. And so that type of thing happens in all of these shows. And Survivor has had bigots. They've
Yes.
like open bigots who
Yeah.
people are literally calling that. Like in old school Survivor, it was so common because no one
Yeah.
gave a fuck. But
Right.
there are still issues. Like it's everywhere. So Bachelor Nation, I know it's hard, but every fandom deals with it
Yeah.
because reality TV attracts bad people. like
Oh,
like not to watch it, but to be
right.
cast on it. Crazy, but maybe people who want to be filmed on a TV show might out of the good bunch, you're going to get a couple of bad apples who just want to be on TV, who just want to have focus on them. Again, narcissist vibes.
And like,
Like
and
Devin,
listen,
yeah,
yeah,
Devin wanted to win. Devin wanted to
exactly.
win
Yeah,
the show. And that
exactly.
was obvious because of the way he treated the men on the show. He saw them as rivals, opponents. He loved it. And unfortunately, Jen fueled that because she has her own um unfortunately issues to
Right.
deal
With
with when it
yeah,
comes to that type of
exactly.
behavior.
Yeah.
Like you should not reward that type of behavior. Either direction. Both of those men, Devin and Thomas, because she again in her explanation of karma, she said in that moment when Thomas pulled Devin, she thought Devin was the like one who was in the right, and she was like, I thought it was good that like Thomas should have pulled me, but Devin was sticking up. It was again, it was like when it's like the girlfriend that's like, I love this, I love it when men fight. And it's like, why? Like, you know what I mean? It's just
Because I'm feeling attention at all, and I didn't get attention
exactly
from
like
my
they're fighting for
dad, and
me.
yeah,
And it's like,
exactly. Yeah.
ah, and so, and I'm not saying Jen is like that type, but I'm that archetype of like that inclination with Devin. And I understand in that moment, Thomas was stupid
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
like that was it was complicated. But yeah. Anyway, Devin terrible. And reality TV just brings these types of people. So it's everywhere.
It's true.
And
It's so true. No, I don't
and
know. Yeah.
it's okay and
But
it's
if like,
fine.
but like you and I said, in fact, we might actually be doing a
Yeah.
service. Because
We
like the thing
are
is, like all of these people
finding the
get
most terrible
canceled, right?
people.
Yeah, and like all
Yeah.
these other shows get also like these people get canceled. I know in Big Brother that
All of
happens a
them.
lot too,
Yeah.
and so and it's like, I guess like where I
And Love
do
is Blind people too.
want
There's been a few of them
exactly,
that have
yeah,
been
so true.
canceled. Like, we got him out.
And I just wish that there's just like a level, just like a level of representation that I don't want. And it's like if like you're the majority of your audience is women age 18 to 30, and like the representation I'm getting is abusers, like that's not what I want. Like
I
you're
don't
gonna,
want that.
and I like I and that's the thing is like and I don't like you and I just made that point earlier. Like obviously if you're a Trump supporter, like 1 + 2 = 3 to
Yeah.
this scenario, but at the same time I'm like, you know, whatever. I like honestly don't even give a shit. Have as many conservative people on the show as you fucking want. Just make sure they don't literally have a record of doing this violent shit, because like, which they probably will, because blah blah blah. But just like try to find the ones that don't. Okay, they exist,
Literally.
I'm sure.
Young and old.
Exactly. And so it's
Like,
like I just don't like, that's what I don't want. Like there's a limit. Like I want the drama. Of course I do want the drama. Sam M was great TV. What a shitbag. I love it.
yes.
Great.
And he was like the correct level of shitbag you're supposed to be when you're the shitbag on the show.
It's
Like,
great.
just annoying to the men. You take her away from them. You want to make
Sexist.
out all the time. You have
It's
nothing but
fine.
you have no substance beyond being a hot guy. Like, that is, or and like cowboy kind of vibe. Like, that is fine. And he, again, yeah, you're right. Great TV. And it would have honestly, like, trying to think who was good. I like him versus Devin, like, petered out basically, and I think it's because I almost feel like it was because some producer was like, "Look, you need to cut it with Devin or something," because they knew at that point that Devin was a front runner, and so they were also just trying to keep the men from, like, don't make our front runner say anything stupid to you that makes it hard for like us to edit around, you
Which
know?
is the
Be-
Vanessa Grimaldi of it all. Apparently she was a fucking cunt and got in a fight with Rachel Lindsay, and they cut the whole scene because she was
of
winning
course.
and Nick was choosing her. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying she's the problem, Nick's the
No,
problem,
but yeah,
obviously,
but yeah.
but you know what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, I mean Nick.
Nick
Oh
is the problem, but
yeah.
like, but like,
Nick's
lore has
been
it.
engaged so many times on the show, or almost engaged, that like, of course, one of them was like shitty.
Right, exactly. So she was just like a fucking cunty brunette. It's fine, but I mean, also like I mean, if she was fighting with Rachel Lindsay, I'm
But
gonna kill you.
yeah, on site.
But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's like, but I agree with you. But like, I think they cut the scenes. They made sure Vanessa didn't look like a bitch because she was the winner. They knew
Yep.
Devin.
So we
You
had to
know,
make sure
it's
Devin
fine.
and
Yeah,
Sam didn't fight for too long,
yeah.
but it was annoying because they should have, like, and they should have kissed at the end. Like, we were so close.
That's
And
the only outcome.
the way Devin posted the small tiny, like, hand
Yeah.
emoji that makes the small whatever shape, I don't fucking know how to describe it, and the eggplant emoji when Sam flicked him off on his
Yes.
regular, his first Instagram post of the texts, before he deleted that one to re-release it, and then deleted that one to apologize for the apology that was supposed to be the texts, and then he had to delete that apology, and now restraining order came out and he had to apologize again. And then that apology was shit, so he's gonna probably have to apologize
And
again.
he added the most recent one to a highlight called statements.
And then he had to delete the highlight. That's what it was. He deleted the highlight
Oh my god.
because that someone mentioned that to me. Okay, yeah, that's the pipeline. So like, he literally, again, delete your Instagram. There's no,
You
like,
don't know what you're doing. You really can't even.
no one can get it right. And because getting it right would mean he had to say, I fucked up. I'm going to therapy. Like, the only way, literally. Okay, Devin, I know you're hate listening because Jenna probably tagged you somewhere. So,
I'm brave, y'all. I'm gonna do
so,
it.
here, listen. I'm gonna give you your fucking statement. I am so sorry to the harm I have caused to Jen, to Bachelor Nation, to my previous girlfriend, possibly plural. I don't know. Throw them all in there. Just my mother, my sister, my like, just whatever list. Okay. I'm so sorry to harm I have caused list. I realize now that all of the shit posting, not shit post, okay, all of the posting that I have been doing has been because I have not been ready to take full accountability for my actions. I have like I have decided that I will be going to therapy 5 times a week. I don't know, like
Yeah,
three
and
times a week,
yeah.
and I will be celibate for the next year, possibly 2 years. I'll check in with myself after a year. um to be working on making sure I never perpetuate any violence against women ever again. Again, I'm so sorry.
And
The
then
end.
deleting my account.
I didn't, yes, and I will be deleting my account. I will be deleting my account for the next year
I'll archive
while
it. You can archive it. Yeah, it can
I
be
will
there.
also be
Just
going I will also be going to AA in this process. That is involved in there. So yeah, I will be therapy, AA, all of those things.
and I'm
And
voting
then
for Kamala.
yes, and I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris. And
2024 election because she
I endorse
represents
her.
powerful women that I have been um wrongly offended by my entire life and emasculated because I
Yes.
have mommy issues and my father abandoned me. This is still a
So
well
I I I admit to all of my faults and I will never speak to a woman again possibly for the next year. I mean, I will cuz I will give it some time off and you can come back if you're like allowed,
yeah,
normal,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Anyway,
Good
there
to
you
hear.
go,
There you go,
Devin.
Devin.
There's your free statement. If I know you could edit it a little. We were riffing a little, but I know you can figure it out. So that's it. And when you do that, people will say, "Wow, good job, Devin." And then you will feel validation that you want. But until you do that, until let me bring astrology into this, until you submit to Saturn, because he is in his Saturn
Oh
return.
my god!
Of course, he is, because this is what happens when you have a Saturn return and you don't like, okay, I was saying this on my stories. Saturn returns are a culmination of multiple transits, basically, because when you have the Saturn return, that is 30 years roughly of your life, 29, 30, 31 sometimes. But that range, when you have that happen, you have had three significant Saturn transits prior to that that build up to the return. That's why a lot of the time, for a lot of people, Devin, Saturn returns are a doozy
Yep.
because those three Saturn transits you had prior fucked you up enough to where Saturn return is handing its ass to you. Your ass is on the floor. Dunzo. So this is the thing with Devin. He this stuff coming up was in April 2017, 16, 17,
To
16,
17, yeah.
17, 17. And he was having right there roughly a Saturn square transit. Okay.
Oh,
He is having this time in his life is the previous Saturn transit he was having was when he was perpetuating some of the most violence to women because he was in college, roughly right out of college. Okay.
and
Because that's
drinking
when
a
we
lot.
all have, that is when we all have our Saturn square, age 20, 21, 22. 21 is really the one. So that's when the Saturn square is happening because right around there is like early 20s. A lot of people in college, if you're in college, you're about to graduate, you're looking at the what's next, and that Saturn is like, okay, what are you gonna do when you are growing up? Oh my God, hi Neil.
Oh, hi.
Um, and that is after like, and even if you're not in college, you're in your 20s and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? Like to make myself some money, to get myself to get whatever you want to do. That's the time. So Devin was doing all this shit then, and now here we are 7 years later, one whole 7 year Saturn transit later to his Saturn
Oh
return, and
my.
all this shit is public now because he didn't do it right then. Like because like if for instance maybe he did more work to be better,
Yeah.
then this Saturn return would be like coming to the end of the healing of like figuring out how to not be
So
shitty.
you can kind of change the way it happens. Okay,
Totally.
because I was wondering about that because I feel like you
Yeah,
can
no, that's
change.
the thing is like when Saturn is literally just it's just the father in the sky who's like, "Have you gotten your oil changed?" And it's like, "I know I haven't got my oil changed yet." Well, if you don't get your oil changed, you know what's going to happen? And
Right.
it's like, so if you go get your oil changed, then Saturn's like, cool, good job. Like, you know what I mean? Like that Saturn wants you to take responsibility for things that are hard. And sometimes that could just, that can, whatever. And if you, again, this is why I was like, Devin needs to submit to Saturn right here. And he needs to say, okay, Daddy Saturn, I get it. You want me to apologize. You want me to take accountability. You want me to be responsible, be an adult.
Which he
Like,
didn't do it at all. Like he just. Ugh.
and he still can't do it. And this is the type of person that becomes Gil. Like, seriously, because Gil is in his 60s and he just had a second 60 years old is when you have your second Saturn return. And
No.
at that point, that's when most people retire. That's when most people figure out what to do with the senior portion of their life, aka Saturn, wisdom, age, time. So when you are 60, you are dealing with a Saturn return again, but it is a completely different vibe because you have created something in the last 30 years, hopefully, right? But Devin, 30 years apart from Gil, right? These men, they're not changing. And if, unless, again, Devin could not be Gil if Devin decides
To take,
now
yeah,
to
going to
take it.
therapy five
And
days
it's
a
like,
week, like you said.
exactly. Like so all astrology, all of your transits, everything, you can change, you can it's
Yeah.
all free will, it's all everything. But that's like
Yes.
that's how
Yes.
you know like that's the differences of like, you know, you are you are presented with a situation. How do you react to the situation? And if you react poorly, you will have to deal with the consequences. That is
Yes.
literally what Saturn does, and that's why when certain types of astrology online are all like like very positive, like nothing bad happens, it's all good, or you're gonna have a great whatever. Like sometimes we
Yeah, I don't
have
trust
rough
that.
times, and
Yeah,
that's just
absolutely. Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah.
And if you deal with your rough times well, and not like well in a like sometimes it is just hard, and it's not like you've done something bad and something bad is happening to you. Like it could really just be like Saturn return happens and you get fired and broken
Yeah.
up with, or your
I was
parent
broken up
dies,
with
or
a I was broken up with from a 2 year relationship,
yeah.
and yeah, I had like broke a shoulder blade. Job
It's
situation wasn't
just
good.
something, it's where,
It
and that's
was,
based on
yeah.
where Saturn is in your birth chart, like
Yeah.
the house. And Devin, Devin, I wish I had his birth time. With this situation though, I'm thinking um Saturn is either in the 10th house because he has been, this has all been in the public, and the 10th house is literally the highest point of the chart. It's
Mm,
like our public life,
public,
it's
yeah.
our job also. And like I do associate like a lot of like, yeah, that visibility. Like he ain't hiding, right? He can't hide. But at the same time, I could also see him being a 12th house Saturn, because the 12th house is where a lot of this dark shit happens. At, like seriously, just like this evil, dark, gross, like alcoholic addiction. It's all in that 12th house area, and abuse, and it's just because that stuff requires secrecy, which the
Mm,
12th house likes. And you have to, if you're an alcoholic, eventually you drink secretly from people. If
yeah.
you're an abuser, you keep that a secret. Like there's hiding happening in the 12th. And I could see that. And that actually, oh, because if he was a 10th house Saturn, he would be a Gemini rising like me. Ew. Which I could kind of see, especially because he has a prominent mouth. And that's just the Gemini feature. Like we are
Like
yappers, okay?
fish, or no, no, it's spicy.
No, Pisces, that's the fish eyes.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, the
Gemini.
yapping
Ah,
is a
okay.
Gemini vibe. And he is kind of like
He
he's
was
that
snapping the
clown,
whole time.
yeah,
The whole
instigator. So
time.
I could see that, but I could also see 12th house Saturn in Pisces, which would mean Aries rising, which is combative, like very Mars ruled, can be angry, hot-headed. So I could really, both of those track to me. If he was, because he's a Aquarius. So maybe an 11th house sun or a ninth house sun. He's not smart enough to be a ninth house sun.
Listen, Devin, if you're
But
listening, give
also ninth
Shannon your
house rules
birth.
political beliefs. Yeah, Devin, since you're listening and I gave you a really good statement, you should trade me and give me your birth time
Just need to
so that
know.
I can accurately read you. Um, no, honestly, ugh, there's I like a lot of Aquarius men because they can be very charming. But Aquarius men without a lot of emotional depth are sinister.
Okay.
Like they are, and they are like the true contrarians, the true assholes to be assholes, devil's advocate,
Yeah.
just that guy who doesn't give a fuck about anyone's feelings. Like that can be a very Aquarian man vibe if he doesn't have something that helps him be emotional in his chart. And Devin I think I'm pretty fucking sure he's a Gemini moon because of all of his this behavior. He's trying to cover his tracks with receipts that are failing him.
Receipts. Time. Okay, so here
Like
I'm just gonna give you Gilbert Ramez
Gil.
Gil's birthday. I just found it. He's
Mm.
I realized as you were talking, I was like, wait,
Oh yeah.
we have this information because we have the public thing. December 13th, 1964.
Damn it, he's a Sagittarius,
Oh,
which
called out, bitch.
yeah, like
Shit.
look, there is a reason that people think Sagittarius men are menaces, okay?
Yeah.
Because they also on their worst vibe, it's very similar to Aquarius. If there's not something in there to help them be emotional, get them in their feelings, they could be very don't give a fuck. And a
Yeah.
Sagittarius man definitely runs through them. But it's funny to me that he's the one stalking his ex because it's like Sagittarius. So Aquarius is a fixed sign, and they really do get attached to shit if they're attached, and it's weird if they don't if the person doesn't want to be attached. That's a problem. Whereas Sagittarius, no one expects us to be committed and to
Mhm.
actually want people. But like, honestly, he probably has a Scorpio Venus
Yeah.
because Scorpio Venus is like, I'm latching, you're mine, get me and the stalking situation. But this is not everyone. Again, everybody.
Yeah, the
None of
Sagittarius
this is a
Aquarius
hard
is
and fast.
listening
If
right
you're a
now.
Scorpio Venus, you're a stalker or whatever. That's not the vibe. However, again, these types of behaviors at their worst, like this, because the other thing about, because again, a Scorpio Venus could also just be very loyal and like very focused and
Yeah,
in
attached in
love
the
with their
positive
person
way.
and
Yeah.
passionate. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean, but men take everything terribly and make it all horrible. So, a man who is like obsessively in love with his partner sometimes could be bad. Anyway,
We get it.
Gil, Devin, Garrett, I don't know, Luke, throw him in there. They're
Ugh.
all Luke was if Luke would have won the ring, I would have been bad. You
It's
know?
just interesting. I don't at some point we're just gonna I just feel like you have to assume that a lot of these have people have ROs on them, and
Yeah.
we might not find out every single one, but you know, they're out there, and
You know,
it's like a
we'll find
shooting
him.
star. You just you just see
We'll
what one
find him.
finds
You
you.
know, you know what they should do? All right, here we go. They cast the men, but then they put them in a room and they're like you know what I mean? Like they fake cast them and they just bring the ones that are really terrible into a different room, not the cast. They don't make them go on TV. They just put them in a room and be like, "Look what you fucking done."
You have to be around with each other, and they're all
On
getting in
site,
fights.
literally
Yeah.
put him in a room with Big Polly and he beats him up, lets him have it. That's
That's
the
what he
only way.
deserves. Bill Big Holly's done so much good work. Let
Give
him
it
punch a couple
Come
men.
on.
It's
Like
fine.
I can't believe no one's been punched. Like on the after the final rose, someone coming up the stage, pop. I understand It's scary, but someone's got to do it at this point. Someone's got to really fucking do it.
I agree.
Man up. I'm gonna say it. Man up.
If you're gonna be abusive, abuse each other.
Literally punch each other.
And then kiss each other.
I will say, yeah, literally punch each other or kiss each other because that's also what you want. Like, it's the same emotion in a different form, okay? Just kiss. Or I don't know if you've ever seen the show Letterkenny. It's on Hulu, but men regularly fight on that show as a like scrap, as a
Oh yeah.
like they're just fighting because it's fun, or they're like joking about, well, I'm the toughest guy in Letterkenny, so they all fight each other to figure out who the toughest guy is, like that type of vibe. And then they go beat up people who are bad to the women in their town. So it's like funny that like that's where I'm like that's what men need to do. They need to fight each other more, just primally. And actually, that's what they. Okay, Bachelor. We'll end it here because we've been talking for so long. Bachelor, this is what we do. We find all the shitty men. You find one or two really good, shitty, terrible, fucking bottom of the
Yeah.
barrel men. And then we start a new show. And it's Bachelor, what is that? Like Bachelor boxing, like Bachelor Fight Club. And we make them fight each other.
Bachelor Fight Club that's the title.
That's it.
Unfortunately.
Yes, it's true. That's what they need. They need to win, and then they air it. They air Bachelor Fight Club, and then the Bachelor cast is safe from terrible men, or we'll find them and they will be less terrible, so they won't be as bad, right? Because you've already found the bad ones. We put Devin and Marcus into Bachelor Fight Club, and we just see what happens.
I'm there every Tuesday. We have regular
Straight
episode
up.
on Monday. We have Bachelor Fight Club on Tuesday. I'm there every day, every
And then
week.
as they get
Series.
eliminated, if there's ever any other shitty men, we just keep them coming, like Bachelor in Paradise. And the winner of them gets the free therapy.
Gets the chance to rehabilitate.
Yes.
We allow them. They can turn off their comments.
Yes.
And,
Like they
and
can
we
keep their
won't harass them.
Instagrams.
Yeah, exactly. We won't harass them
Yeah.
for 1 year. We allow them
Exactly.
to get the therapy
We will
they
be
need.
in a truce.
Oh, yeah,
You will be
everything's fine.
yeah.
I'll be watching you.
Exactly. But
and
okay,
then-
so Devin, since you're still listening, tell your whatever producer is not beating you to shit for being terrible and making their show bad. Like tell whatever producer that the Bachelor Fight Club needs to happen and you need to be the host. That's your only way to rehab, and you're chained there. And you can't leave. You have a fucking chain around your fucking ankle and you're stuck there.
Fucking put him on Dancing with the Stars with the ankle bracelet like that fucking one cunt. I
Dude.
don't even know, dude.
Go girl, give us nothing. Yes, Anna Delvey with her designed ankle monitor
Yeah.
to fit the costume.
They're like, next season we have Devin on, but he has to dance above lava. There's live lava underneath.
He has a tiny platform where he gets to dance alone, no partner.
No partner, because he
He
cannot
has
be
to
trusted with
fucking-
another female.
Exactly. Put him with a man so he can work out his homophobia, which we didn't even discuss how he sent weird homophobic shit to a gay guy who's friends with the girl who he stalked. So whatever. Just it gets worse.
Fine.
Like we thought we got it. We thought we got it all.
Like, hey, fucking faggot, I'm gonna fucking beat you up. What?
Oh my God. Like
God.
ridiculous. Get out of my DMs. You want to kiss me. My God. Like, that's all that showed to me. Like, I'm sorry you harass gay people like that. That hard.
That's insane. You're okay. So I'm a gay man who's a friend with the woman that you're having toxic relationships with. It just harass me normally. Why do you have to bring my homosexuality?
Why is this involved?
Why is this like? This is you want to literally beat me up for being gay? Like that's insane. It's insane. It just kept getting worse.
It's because
can't.
he's not smart enough to come up with anything else.
No, true, real.
It's literally so annoying.
So real.
But anyway, wow, I can't believe Devin. I
yeah.
can't believe it. But I can, but I can't. You know, It's just like, how do you dig yourself so far into a hole that you hit, I don't know, rock fucking bottom, like
Yeah,
peak.
really.
And I can't wait to see what type of statement he releases next.
I know, it's just
Let's check to make sure he hasn't done it during this podcast. Could you imagine?
he's like live recording, listening to
God, the
us.
fact again, I still can't believe he fucking no, he's
Okay,
I
save
still can't believe he
now.
has as many followers as he does. I mean, I guess I'm still technically following him, but it's because I need to see. I just need to see the tea, just in case he goes private.
That's the thing. Somebody told me today, they're like, why are you still following him? I'm like, this is my job.
Yeah, I was like, this is, I'm not following him from my personal account. Like, because I will say, I do follow a spare few of Bachelor people on my personal account, the
Right, yeah.
people that I really want to see. Like, I follow Jen on my personal.
Yeah.
I think I follow even Joey and Kelsey on my personal because I'm not always looking at my Bachelor
I have a
Instagram when
life.
I'm
This is my job, and I clock
exactly,
off, and I have a real life, and I have to keep this shit over here. It's
yeah.
fine.
And sometimes the real life, I just need to see a couple of little dabbles of the people that I like the most. And then that's fine. That's it.
That's it.
But anyway,
Yeah. Well,
lo-
Shannon, this has been great as always.
love you so much.
I've literally loved every second of this
I
2 hour podcast.
I can't believe how much I have sobered up since the beginning when I was
Oh,
literally
we were
crying
so high.
laughing.
I
I
didn't
was
even want to say
so
anything.
high.
We were so
I really
high.
was, guys. I was, okay? I'll admit it.
Oh my
I'll admit it if you
god.
didn't know.
You were like, I would never see
If
me.
you didn't know yet, no. Yeah, I really was, but it was great
It was
because that
great.
beginning of that podcast was so funny.
That
And maybe
podcast,
I
the
was
one
just
we
high.
we still recording.
We're still recording. See, I'm still high. Anyway, love you so
I love
much.
you.
Follow me,
Okay.
do the rest of the line or whatever.
Shannon promised me she's gonna do more shit posting, so
I
go
did
check it
promise.
out, please.
Yeah.
And we'll be back again. Like I said, I think I'll probably just do a mid-season recap and a finale, and then if shit pops off, I'll do more. I will probably also still be looking at Dancing with the Stars, and so if I feel if there's like a week where I'm like, shit, I want to jump on and talk about Dancing and Golden, let's go. But it is the off season, and they are committing atrocities against me and my
Yeah.
mental health. So this is what you're gonna get.
It's Twilight season for you.
Yeah, I have shit I have to do. I like couldn't record
Hmm.
last night because I was watching New Moon in a theater with people. So like, I don't know what you guys want from me. This is not supposed to be Bachelor time. I schedule my events for non-season. Like it's anyway.
That's
But
like, no, but that's also booked and busy of you. Like, Slay.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just sold out a 200 room crowd to watch a New Moon on a Thursday.
I love a bunch of Twilight nerds watching the same four movies over and over.
We are very committed.
It's amazing though. I love it. I love your adventures to Forks. I love how cute you are. You're so excited. And it's such a vibe there, obviously. I love that they've also just kind of taken the role of like the Twilight thing. Like I know I feel like a lot of towns might have been, I don't know, weird about being like,
Oh no, there's a weirdness. A lot of the locals do not enjoy what we do, but
oh,
they
well.
also benefit from it.
Yeah.
Like they
I mean,
do,
as someone who
like
lives in a tourist town, I mean,
yeah,
tourist money is money. It's
yeah,
green and it's
yeah,
flowing because tourists want to spend money when they travel. So,
yes,
as long as
it
just
is.
find a job that's not, if you hate it so much, just find a job that's not a Twilight job, like a
Yeah,
museum or a store or whatever.
yeah,
But, anyway,
yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
Twilight season. And
right.
so it's going to be like Halloween. Yeah, it's definitely like, yeah, fall is Twilight time.
I'm
So,
trying to fall in love and carve a pumpkin with
yes,
a woman,
okay.
so
Look,
leave me
y'all, we
alone.
need to get Jenna a fucking girlfriend. Like, I need it. I need it for me also.
Cause
Like,
I sent Shannon the most unhinged messages,
and
being like, I
I
don't want to die
live
alone.
for the drama, but I also live for sappy relationship talk. So it's a both and for me. But like Jenna, it's time.
It's
Like,
time.
not it's time for you, like you know, but I'm saying it's time, everyone. We all need to rally.
Yeah. If you
So
are harboring a crush on me and you live re- remotely kind of close, literally tell me.
literally drivable distance. in lesbian terms could
Yeah,
be like
which
a
Idaho,
couple of hours either direction. Like,
Utah, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But
Someone just come on.
just tell me. I
We need to
can't.
figure we need to get this sorted because single Jenna is insane. She's too fucking funny, cool, hot, and interesting. Like, what the fuck is going on?
And would do so many things for you.
Yeah. Jenna's a Virgo, y'all. Dating a Virgo is like dating someone who just wants to like serve you in the best way possible. Like,
I
anyway.
am a service bottom and top. Okay. Anyway, we
Wow.
have to go. Okay.
I said a switch. Okay, we just
Bye.
love you. Bye.